Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 1, Italy 0, AC Milan 0, and Manchester United through to the next round of the Europa League. And I tell you what, if you'd said that to me this morning, I would have said, thank you very much. That'll do me nicely. Look, of course there's going to be negativity. There always is. There will be negativity about various things about how we did. But I just think to start off with, there's a lot of things to digest. Links in the video description for the player ratings. Make sure you do that. We'll be doing it in a few minutes' time. Every player out of 10, 6 being the average, star next to your man of the match. I think that's going to be very interesting because I thought some players were fantastic and some players were absolutely shit, to be honest with you. And yet we've still won again. Fantastic performance in relation to the result. But I just want to say from the very top of the show, I know there's a lot of people that are Ollie out. I know there's a lot of people who don't know about Ollie. And look, all I'd say is give him till May. But I think you've got to give him some bloody credit. Like, at the end of the day, it was very clear to me how we set that game up from minute one. And for the first 15 minutes, I thought we played really well. And the reason it stopped playing well is because the midfield three of Bruno, McTominay and Fred could not string one pass together. So you can't build on what your tactics are when players individually are unable to do the most basic thing on the pitch, which is pass. At half-time, he takes Rashford off, he brings Pogba on. He could have put Pogba into the centre, he could have put Diallo on, he could have changed the midfield pivot, he didn't. He brings Pogba onto the left wing and he scores straight away. Whether you say that's just... Look, haters are going to hate. Haters are going to say, oh, he's just lucky. You know, for some people, Solskjaer could solve world peace and he'd done it by luck. So I get that. There's some people who are just never going to give him any credit. And they're the same people I was talking about last night who say, he's got no tactics. He's got no tactics. It's just individual brilliance. Well, you know what? Idiots will say that because I could say anything. I could say that Pep Guardiola, when he was at Barcelona, has got no tactics. It was just individual brilliance from Messi, which is not true. There is a tactical setup with this team. Is it one we all like? Probably not, but Solskjaer deserves the credit. We went to Italy tonight. A lot of people thought that it would be a very difficult game for us. I think we deserved to win the game. I just think we made it hard for ourselves because of how we played the game. I never at any point thought, oh, AC Milan, they're better than us. I just thought we, at times, because of that midfield pivot, I think we've probably got one of the worst midfield pivots in the Premier League. And yet here we are in a FA Cup quarter-final on Sunday. We're in a Europa League quarter-final draw tomorrow, and we're second in the league with one of the worst midfield pivots in the league. So we're doing that with that. So I think that, you know, you've got to give some credit, and I'm very, very, very happy with that result. And I will say it, AC Milan last week were a much better footballing side than us, and we should have won. This week, we were better than them. And the only reason we didn't beat them 2 or 3-0 this week was because we didn't actually play well within ourselves. Defensively, I thought we were very good. I thought Maguire was good again, and I thought Lindelof was absolutely superb. And I do think that Solskjaer deserves a lot of credit for it because we've won the game. We've won the game. And look, I will say this straight away. I'm not going to jump around on this one. There's 2 things I want to say straight away. If Marcus Rashford wants to protect himself and his Manchester United career, you've got to pull yourself out of that England squad, mate. You played injured against West Ham at the weekend and you looked injured. Tonight you looked injured and you've gone at a half-time. There's an international meet next week for 3 games. They're playing fucking San Marino and some other load of shit and Poland. Like, I know you want to... Look, everybody wants to play. But Marcus, your career. It's your career, mate. Like, you are not fit. 2 weeks off probably isn't even enough, but 2 weeks off, get yourself fit, get yourself fresh. The Euros are coming straight after April and May. You are not going to be able to go and play Sunday, 3 games for England, come back, play 3 games a week all the way till May and then go straight into the Euros. He's got to do what's best for Marcus Rashford. He's got to not go on international duty and probably not play against Leicester at the weekend. Have 2 weeks off. Look after yourself, and you're just getting burnt out, mate. It's too much. The second thing I want to say is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got to learn to use substitutions. It's my only criticism of him tonight. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Tuchel, Ancelotti, every team around the 70-minute mark will start making substitutions. I said it in the game. Jurgen Klopp will take Firmino off for Origi. Not because Origi's better, but because it's about freshness. We've just kept our same team on the pitch for the last 2 games, apart from Pogba, who came on because Rashford was injured. Now, Pogba had to come on anyway, but he decided to put him where Rashford was on. It's the same... And on top of that, McFred were trash today, and yet they've played 90 minutes. What message are we sending out on 2 levels? 1, match freshness. Fresh legs in a game makes a big difference. 2, there's people playing shit and you're still not taking them off. Like, he's got to start using his substitutions. And I think that this, to me, on Solskjaer, is the only criticism I'd have for him tonight, is that his inexperience is still a barrier. He won't take people off because he's scared. And this is only my opinion. I think he's scared that if he takes McTominay off and he brings Van der Beek on and they score, well, what if I just kept it how it was? It wouldn't have happened. If I keep it the same as it is, maybe it'll be fine. And it was fine. It was fine and it worked out. But it's not just tonight. I've got to bring it up because it's not just tonight. It's all the time. He doesn't make substitutions. And we got away with it tonight. We were comfortable. We were fine. But against better teams, we won't be. And he's got a real reluctance. Telles is a Brazilian international. Van der Beek is a Dutch international who's played in a Champions League semi-final. And then you've got people like Matic. I forgot we had Matic. He could have come on. There's lots of options. He's got to start to learn to freshen things up. And I don't know why he doesn't. So proud of our performances tonight, Mark. Thought we solid team and fully deserved it, says Michael. I agree. I thought we were the better team. The only doubt was that some of our players didn't play well. I was never really worried about AC Milan. Remember when Solskjaer was one of the managers advocating for 5 subs, says Paul Holloway. Face it, Hendo was the physical bravery. I'm not going to talk about that. Happy for result, but really disappointed in our midfield. Fred is the issue. Should have started Pogba or Donny. And also we've got happy for result, but really disappointed in our midfield, says Matal. The reason I didn't carry on about the Dean Henderson thing is because I'll talk about Dean Henderson on the player ratings, and I thought he played really well tonight. But I said a week ago, I'm not getting involved in this Henderson versus De Gea thing. I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm over the moon that we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I'm fed up of the division in our fan base, and I am not going to start taking a pop at a club great because another goalkeeper played well tonight. Solskjaer can make the decision on that. I'm not getting drawn into silly petty arguments that are media driven because he's English. So I'm not getting involved in that. I'll talk about his player rating. I thought he played really well, but I'm not playing that silly game. I don't want division. I don't want division in our fan base. I want us to be united, and I want us to be united tonight because I'm absolutely over the moon, because we're going to talk about what teams we could play. But the reality is, when we went into this game this week, we looked at it and we went, West Ham. I remember saying this on Sunday morning before we played West Ham. We've got West Ham. If we win that, we basically get a hand on second place. We've got a Europa League game that if we get through that, we're into the quarterfinals. And then we've got an FA Cup game that's our only chance of stopping Man City winning a treble if they win the league and the Premier League. We've won 2 of those 3. I think if you'd offered me on that Sunday, if you'd offered me that on Sunday morning, you'll win 2 of the 3, I'd have been, yeah, I'll probably take that. We've got a chance to do 3 out of 3. So, look, let's look at the week as a whole as well. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really pleased. No goals conceded. All right, we're not creating loads of chances. And I thought, I'll tell you what, can I just say, talking about individualism, results-wise, progress is but Ollie just keeps on grinding results his whole time at United. He's a lucky manager, says Ari. And Mark, you never read my super chats these days. Who do you think our toughest opponent is now? Also, people should put some respect on Maguire's name, says Nick. Well, I'm going to have a look at who we could play now. It's well worth talking about. And we will do the draw tomorrow. But I just want to say, Vicky says we really missed Martial. We needed that number 9 hold-up. This is the big thing about winning tonight. We've got Leicester on Sunday, then we've got 2 weeks, then we come back. We've got Europa League football quarter-final. We've got, obviously, Brighton straight after when we come back as well. We'll have Martial and Cavani to add to that team. Pogba's just come back. I mean, Van der Beek, Van der Beek got himself fit to sit on the bench again. Dutch international, European experience, can't even get 10 minutes to freshen things up. Don't ask me. I just do not know. But he will use Cavani and Martial, and that will definitely make us stronger. But that feels, we will be stronger in April, definitely. Eric Bailly will be back as well. But Mason Greenwood tonight, can I just say, I've said it about Cavani in the past, I've said it about Martial in the past, and I'll say it about Mason Greenwood. That is a graveyard shift. The number 9 shirt for Manchester United is a graveyard shift. You get nothing. You get no service at all. You basically run around holding the ball up, passing it off, linking up the play for no reward. And I thought Mason Greenwood, again, for the second game in a row, for a 19-year-old against a good defence, I thought he had a bloody good game. The only problem is he got nothing. He got absolutely no service. And this is the problem with the pivot. If I was being harsh, and look, I'm trying to look at the other side here. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lucky? No, I don't think he's lucky. I think we deserve to win tonight. But how many good chances did we create? If you take away that mess about, Milan probably should have cleared that ball before Pogba gets it. If Milan clear that ball, that could have been 0-0 and we're out. So, when I think about that, I think that if that had been missed by Pogba, where's the other chance to win the game? Fine margins. It is fine margins. And this goes back to being a number 9 for Man United. And this is a really important point. People say, let's buy Erling Haaland, Harry Kane. What would they do tonight? What would they have done last week? There is nothing tonight that Erling Haaland for 100 million changes. That 100 million must be spent on the midfield. It must be spent on that pivot because we are not creating chances. We are not getting the ball forward enough to get chances into our striker. Look, yeah, Bruno will score, Pogba will score, maybe even Dan James and Rashford will score. But as a striker, the ball needs to be quicker so that you get space in the box. The goals we score, our striker is always occupied because it's so slow getting forward. What am I worried about is what team Ollie will pick for Leicester, as I hope he doesn't play the same team again on the weekend. We have to freshen them up, says Salah Ahmed. Pogba immense, can't carry the team alone, but with creative around him, he's one of the best, says Connor. Well, yeah, Connor, did you see how Bruno had a shit first half and in the second half he got a lot better because Pogba's on the pitch? Class attracts class. Angie S says, so many want Ollie to get sacked. We won and they want Ollie to be sacked. With this squad, he's getting things done. Give him time, give him players and maybe better coaches around him, says Angie. Buzzing for the win, Mark, but I can't hear Ricky praise Daniel Headless Chicken James tonight. What's the point of being fast with no end product? Well, we're going to do the player ratings in a minute. Remember, the links in the video description for the player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. 6 is the average. I think these are going to be probably, let me just have a quick stretch. They're going to probably be the best player ratings we have ever done because we've won our most important game of the season so far, and yet there are some good performers and there are some not so good performers. So make sure you do your player ratings. Mark, did you see Donny van der Beek dodge Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's attempted pat on the back after the game? Why can't he bring Donny on, says Pregesh? There's an issue there. There is an issue there, and I think we all know there's an issue there. But in relation to the draw tomorrow, before I do the player ratings, in relation to the draw tomorrow, we will be live at midday for the draw. The draw tomorrow is at midday, and the teams that we could get in the draw tomorrow are Arsenal, Dinamo Zagreb, who knocked out Jose 3-0, Granada, Roma, Slavia Prague, Villarreal and Ajax. So, I mean, realistically, I want the easiest draw. I don't want to get Ajax. I don't want to get Arsenal. I want the easiest draw. And I think the favourites now are Arsenal and Man United, just because Premier League's the strongest league in the world. So, tomorrow, I mean, look, Zagreb have beaten Spurs. They're probably a little bit, I don't know how good they are. Granada is the team I would like, because Mulder beat them 2-1 but still went out. So I think I'd quite like Granada. I'm not bothered about playing Roma. I don't think Roma are very good. They're worse than AC Milan. Slavia Prague, only just got past Rangers. I think Villarreal with Pau Torres would be interesting, but I'd rather avoid Arsenal, Villarreal, Ajax, and Dinamo Zagreb because they're a bit of an unknown. I would like to get Granada, Slavia Prague, or Roma. They'd be my 3 picks. Preferably Granada, then Slavia Prague, then Roma. They were my ideal picks. Because ultimately, you want the easiest games you can get because, you want to get to the final. I think that would be good. Villarreal, I think, will be a decent side. Yeah, I do think Villarreal are decent. Mark, I'm from the future. We got Ajax, says Deepak. I don't want Ajax and don't want Arsenal because even if you beat those teams, you're only in the semi-finals. So I'd like an easy draw. And you know what? I think United deserve an easy draw. We've had Real Sociedad, who at the time were top of La Liga. We've had AC Milan second in Serie A. So I would like to get a Granada or a Slavia Prague. I think we deserve one of those draws. Thanks for the super chat, Craig Hoskins. Did you see me take the ball to my slab? I'm putting out on my own line training cone soon, says Slabhead Hedius. And CA Freestyler, Mark, you can't say Ollie's not lucky. Our 2 goals against Milan were from substitutes because of injuries, not tactical whatsoever. You see, I've got to say, I don't know what to say to you because it almost feels like you want us to lose. It almost feels like your dislike for our manager is clouding your issue on your love for your football club, and I think that's a very sad thing. I don't see what you're talking about. Rashford had to come off because he was injured, but Pogba would have come on anyway. Like, Pogba was going to come on. He had to come on. It's just that Rashford came off. And he put Pogba on the wing and Pogba scored. So he could have took Rashford off for Diallo and not put Pogba on the wing. And Pogba didn't always stay on the wing as well. There was a lot of swapping with Fred and Bruno. So it was interchangeable. It was intelligent. So it was a tactical switch. All right, it might have been for an injury, but Pogba was going to come on anyway. But to start picking and saying Ollie's a lucky manager, do you not like that? Is that not a good thing? Do you not want Manchester United to win? Do you not want us to be in the quarterfinals? I said it this morning. If we lose today, he doesn't get the sack. He's not getting the sack. What we need is to win, is to get second place and win a trophy. Maybe even win 2 trophies. But next season, if he's picking Dan James and McFred, I'll be Ollie out with you. But for now, I'm enjoying this. I'm a Manchester United fan. I want us to do well. And, you know, he got Pogba on the pitch and the game changed. So I'm very, very happy with that. Anyway, let's get on with the player ratings, because I think people are genuinely looking forward to this, as am I. I just need to refresh it. That's what she said. So please smash a like on the video while you're waiting for that to refresh. By the way, they'll refresh quite quickly, actually. And you can do your player ratings as well. But link in the video description. You'll catch me up because I have to talk about every player anyway. So links in the video description. It's free to do it. It will take you to the United Stand website. Mark every player out of 10. 6 is average. Put a star on the man of the match for yourself and then submit it, and then we'll have all the stats. The best player rating service for Manchester United fans, because it's voted for by you, not by a prat like me, not by some journalist who just does it off their own back. Thousands of you vote for these player ratings, so they're very, very, very accurate. And please smash a like on the video. We are through. Smash a like on the video. We're through. We're through. Let's have it. Let's bloody have it. So let's appreciate it. We're through, and that's a good thing. Right, let's have a look at these player ratings then. So let's start off with Dean Henderson. For me tonight, I would give... Look, last week, Dean Henderson cost us a goal. This week, a very similar sort of header. A very good save. But what I would say is, as somebody who's had goalkeeping coaching myself, if he doesn't make that save, you're all going to say he's done it again. So it's a good save. It's not a world-class save because he should make the save. It's a good save, a very good save. I'd even say a very, very good save. But let's not start calling it, George Banks revisited, because I'm telling you now, if he doesn't save it, people would say Zlatan's headed it more or less straight at him. He's got to do better. Like last week he didn't, this week he did. I thought his distribution was very good. Yes, he's palming the ball a little bit, but I think that's... I never mind a goalkeeper palming the ball away, because he's probably doing that because he's like, if I try and hold on to it, it could slip under me. So he's playing the percentage game. So I would give him a 7 today. I thought he was good. High 5. 7 out of 10. I was happy with Dean Henderson today. I hope De Gea plays in goal at the weekend, because I think it should be shared out. I think it would be a disgrace, considering David De Gea's last game for us was against Chelsea and he was man of the match. It would be an absolute disgrace from Solskjaer to drop David De Gea from being man of the match just because he's had a kid. You've got to keep sharing the rollout. David had to share it at the start. You've got to share it now, but we'll see. Wan-Bissaka for me today, 6. Yeah, average 6. Defensively, very sound. Going forward, better, but still nowhere near the levels of Luke Shaw. But I thought Wan-Bissaka today was not a problem for us. He wasn't a problem at all. Hold on a minute. Just while we're doing this, I just want to see if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says anything about injuries, because I've got him on the screen there. Victor Lindelof to me today is a man of the match contender. He's an 8 for me. I thought Victor Lindelof today was flawless, absolutely flawless. From that time where Bruno gave the ball away and it was a one-on-one to last-ditch tackles, won everything in the air, positionally very good, very tidy on the ball. I think Victor Lindelof for me is a man of the match contender today. I thought he was absolutely flawless. I don't like Magaluf. They've got loads of clean sheets. I don't like them. I think they get clean sheets because we play McFred, who protects them. I think we were saying this 4 years ago under Van Gaal. People were going on about what a great centre-back pairing Smalling and Blind were. They weren't a great centre-back pairing. They had 2 CDMs in front of them. They are protected. They're a protected species. But tonight, I actually thought Lindelof was superb, and I would give him an 8. I don't like the partnership. I think it's protected. But until we get a new centre-back and we sort our pivot out, it is what it is. And within that, he played very, very well. I mean, Ollie's just saying that Scott McTominay and Fred gave everything. I mean, you know what, Ollie, I know you've got to say it for the TV. Let's get to their player ratings. Giving it everything. You know what? Putting a couple of Duracell batteries in their back and sending them out to run about. We need a little bit better than that from Manchester United. Harry Maguire, to me, not quite on Lindelof's levels, but I'd give him a 7. We're very close again. Very close again. 6.97. Yeah, Maguire, to me, I think Maguire's played generally very good since Christmas. I would agree with that. I still think he plays better with Eric Bailly next to him, but they played well tonight. They were dominant. I mean, look, AC Milan over 2 legs didn't really have much in the final third, but I'm very happy with the two clean sheets over the last 2 games, and I think the centre backs have been a big part of that, so they deserve a lot of credit. Luke Shaw is just. I don't think Luke Shaw was that good today, but he's such an important player for us. 6.9 again. Bloody hell, we're so close. Yeah, I think Luke Shaw actually made a couple of mistakes today, but he just, for a left back, he brings so much to the team, doesn't he? So much to the team. A few last-ditch tackles, getting forward. Which, I mean, I feel so sorry for Telles because I think Telles is a good player, but Luke Shaw. Not only have we got the best left back in the Premier League, I think we've also probably got the best left back in Europe at the moment. He's playing that well. He's so important to us. Absolutely fantastic from Luke Shaw over the last few weeks, and he makes us so much better. He wouldn't be my man of the match today, but he makes us so much better. Scott McTominay for me, look, you know, this is the amazing thing. I thought he was bad against Man City. I thought he was bad against Milan last week. I thought he was bad against West Ham at the weekend. I thought he was bad tonight, and yet we've won 3 of those games, and we've kept clean sheets in 3 of those games, and we're unbeaten in all 4 of those games. Imagine what this team could do if it actually got a midfield pair that was decent, because I thought they were terrible against Man City, not much better against Milan, not very good against West Ham, and not very good tonight, and yet we're winning games. And we're winning games because those 2 players, Fred and McTominay, are basically just sitting in front of our defence and shielding it. And then you're waiting for these chances to come, these 1 or 2 chances that people like Pogba will take or Diallo will take. It's working at the moment, but I can't give McTominay any higher than a 4. I thought he was really bad today. Really bad. I thought him, Bruno and Fred in the first half were absolutely shocking. And I'll include Bruno in that. And in the second half, he's a little bit more tidy, but I just thought it was another really subpar performance, and I'm really surprised that Solskjaer thinks that keeping a performer like that on the pitch for 90 minutes is better than giving Van der Beek 20 minutes or Matic 20 minutes. I thought he was subbable from about half an hour in, and he did 90 minutes. But you know, fair play, he must be doing something right because I can't see it really. But you know, at the end of the day, we won the game. Fred for me. Shocking first half. The biggest problem with McTominay and Fred is their passing is shit, and they also lose the ball a lot when they try to dribble. Fred's second half was a lot better. He worked so much better with Pogba, and it makes me wonder. Remember against Sevilla in the semi-final last year, our defence was poor, our strikers missed loads of chances, but Fred, Pogba and Bruno worked really well. And I'm just wondering, why don't we go back to that? Why don't we go back to Fred, Pogba and Bruno? Because what's Ollie scared of? If Fred and McTominay have been a problem for the last few weeks, but we're still nicking games or keeping clean sheets, we can only be better with Fred, Pogba and Bruno because Pogba's better than McTominay. And I just think maybe we should be trying Fred, Pogba and Bruno from now on. I think that's got to be the midfield because it's getting so frustrating how few chances we're creating when we're in control of a game, but we just can't control the ball. I don't know what to give Fred. I don't know whether to give him a 5 or a 6 because I thought second half he was absolutely terrible, but first half, second half he was better. I'm going to give him a generous 6, but look, I'm not surprised you've gone down to 5. I thought Fred was so much better second half when Pogba came on, and I'll give Bruno a 6 as well. I thought Bruno was shocking first half. And look, he's my favourite player, but you can't hide. You know, I'll always be consistent. I don't have agendas against players. Like, you know, I didn't rate Harry Maguire and Lindelof before Christmas. They played well today, and Maguire's been good since Christmas. You know, Bruno's my favourite player. First half, he was terrible. Second half, when Pogba came on, he played a lot better and looked more like Bruno. So I'd give Bruno an average 6 and Fred an average 6. Dan James is really difficult because we've won the game, and I don't want to be too negative, but I feel I have to give Dan James a 5 because, and I'm grateful that everyone else has done that because I didn't want to feel as if I was being too negative on a game that we've won. Dan James puts a shift in. Dan James runs his heart out. Dan James does a job. But I'm telling you, if Pogba didn't score that goal, I would be sat here now if we'd gone out 0-0 and I would be talking about Dan James in the first half when he should have slipped Mason Greenwood in. And unbeknownst to me and anybody, why he thought when there's a defender, why he didn't think to play Mason Greenwood in who's one-on-one and thought he could take the defender on, I'll never know. And that's football intelligence that I talk about. Some of the crosses he puts in, he just blasts it across. He doesn't put his head up. There was another chance in the first half where Bruno's on the back post. All he's got to do is put some height on it and he just blasts it across. The second half, he disappeared. I didn't notice him in the second half, really. And again, he would be a player that you'd want to take off, but you haven't got anybody on the bench who can do that job. So Dan James was really important for us today, but only because there was nobody else. I thought it was a below par performance from Dan James. A bit like the West Ham game where, he's doing a job for us, but you expect more from Manchester United, really. But we've won the game, and you can't be too harsh on yourself. Rashford's got to be a 4 today. Off at half-time, clearly injured. He's not Marcus Rashford at the moment, is he? And Marcus Rashford's one of our best players, and the last couple of games, fair play to the lad. He's putting his body on the line for the club, and you can't argue with that when certain players won't even get on the plane for the club. But, Marcus Rashford today, if you're marking him on a footballing performance, very below par, obviously because he's injured. And I would just say what I said at the start of the video. I'm guarantee he's going to go on England duty, and I'm guarantee Ollie will let him go. But for his own good, what is the benefit of Marcus Rashford and going training with England for 2 weeks to play San Marino and Latvia and Poland? It's just not worth it when you're going to come back in April, play 3 games a week for 2 months until the end of May, then go straight into the Euros, then come straight back and go into a new season. He's got to look at his body. He had a very bad back injury a year ago. He's now got an ankle injury. He's had a shoulder injury. He's playing too much football for a lad in his early 20s. He's got to think about his career. He's got to think about his body. And he's got to grab these 2 weeks. He's got to say, look, I'm putting myself forward. I'm putting myself first here. Because you might play for the next 2 years, but you might be done by 26. Do you want to be Ronaldo at 35? Do what Ronaldo did. Look after your body. And Rashford needs to put himself first. He's put the club first this week, and you can't fault him for that, but he needs to put himself first forward. Mason Greenwood gets a 7 for me today. I knew people wouldn't give him any higher than a 6, but I thought it wasn't just putting a shift in with Mason Greenwood. He did everything right. His strength, his physicality, his speed, his hold-up play, his layoffs. He just didn't get any service. He didn't get any service, did he? So I thought Greenwood was very impressive today. And Pogba's got to be a man of the match contender. I mean, he's probably going to get man of the match if you've given him an 8. I'd probably give him a 7.5. I mean, he was only on for 45 minutes. Everybody played better because of him. He got the goal. He didn't, some people on the team would have just hit that. He took his time and picked the spot. And it's because of Paul Pogba that we're through. Let's not beat about the bush. Paul Pogba's substitution made everybody better. Paul Pogba's goal got us through. And considering he's not in fact, what the bloody hell am I talking about? I'm talking myself up to an 8 here. Of course it's an 8. He's not played for 7 weeks. And he comes into the team and puts in a performance like that for 45 minutes. So, yeah, Paul Pogba was fantastic. It's great to have him back. Of course he's back to go on French international duty. And I think next week we'll get Riolo going off about the move. And I still think Paul Pogba will want to go. Why wouldn't he want to go? He looks at the midfield pivot. He looks on the wings. He looks at the tournament we're in. And he goes, yeah, I think I might want to play in the Champions League and win a title next year. And you can understand that. But we will be a much worse team than we haven't got when we haven't got Paul Pogba in it. But, you can understand why Paul Pogba's probably thinking about wanting to go. And I think it will take a lot to change his mind. And I think Riolo wants him to go. And I think Paul wants him to go. But tonight, he delivered. And he said he would deliver. Since that Riolo comments in article in December, and deliver he did. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I always come back to the live comments for this. Please smash a like on the video, by the way. We've nearly got 5,000 likes. What are we going to give Ollie tonight? Because I am going to look at the live comments and I'm just going to go and see what you've got to say. Sign contract, Paul, please. Welcome to the members club, Janaldi. £400,000 a week will keep Pogba. Yeah, but we don't want Pogba to stay for the money. We want Pogba to stay because he wants to be here. And I think he will only stay here if he sees a project that's going to win him the league or the Champions League. So if we can get him to stay for that, I'm happy. But, you know, we've got to sort that midfield pivot out, haven't we? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today, a lot of people saying Sixers. For me, we've gone into a game where if we don't score, we're out. We're going away from home. They played way better than us last week. And we've won the game, and we've deserved to win the game. And the manager actually set us up quite well. And the substitution of Pogba changed the game. And he was going to bring Pogba on anyway. I'm not having this whole, he only brought Pogba on for Rashford, he never would have brought him on. Pogba was always going to come on. Pogba's our biggest player with Bruno. Pogba was always going to come on at half-time because he had to come on. I think if Rashford hadn't have been injured, he probably would have took off Dan James and put him on the right. I think that's what would have happened. So we still probably would have won the game. So I think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves a lot of credit today. I think it's about time. Some people gave him a bit of credit. I almost feel like I don't think some of our fans know what they want who are Ole out. I don't think they want us to lose, but it's almost like they don't enjoy winning. And I would just say what I've said for quite a while. If you don't want Ole as your manager, I get it. I understand it. It's not what I think, but I get it. But I would just enjoy the last couple of months of the season and see what happens in the summer. Because next season, if he doesn't get the players that he wants, or he does get the player that he wants, and he still plays McFred and Magaluf, he will sack himself anyway. So I would enjoy these results as a Manchester United fan because that's what you should do. And I would hope that we do get second, that we do win the Europa League, that we do win the FA Cup, and that we stop Man City winning a bloody treble. That's the most important thing for me now. So I think that we've got to, enjoy it. I'm not saying you've got to be Ole in and think he's the best, but enjoy it. Enjoy it like I'm enjoying it. And I tell you what, it becomes a lot better. It really does. It doesn't mean you have to believe Ole's the man or anything like that, but you do enjoy it a lot more. You've got to give him a bit of credit. I'd give him a 7 tonight. I'm stunned that it's lower than a 7. An average performance from a manager that's gone away from home and won us a game. I think the only reason I went for a 7 and not for a 7.5 or an 8 is because I think his substitutions is an issue. I've never seen this before. I've never seen a manager that doesn't want to make substitutions as much as him. And all I would say to Solskjaer if I had the chance is that, Ole, I don't think you're clever for it. I think you're scared. I think you don't make substitutions because you're scared. Because you're scared that if you change it, something bad might happen. But that's not what United is. United's risk-taking. And every manager in the Premier League at the moment, and probably even before this season, will use their substitutions because it freshens things up. You show a total lack of respect to your bench because you don't trust them, and you are burning people into the ground, making them play 90 minutes. And worse than that, you're playing people for 90 minutes who've put in 4 and 5 out of 10 performances. So not only should you be freshening the legs, but you should be taking some of these players off. So that's the only reason I'd mark Ole down from an 8 to 7 tonight. And it's nothing to do with tonight, really. It's been happening for months. He just doesn't make substitutions. And I just think it shows a real lack of bravery and experience. But surely he will improve on that. And when he does, he'll go up another level as well. And hopefully the progress will continue. Welcome to the Members Club, Cavad Damaron. Really, thank you very much. Also, let me just check what we're doing. Please subscribe, by the way. It changes in the top corner. So bottom right-hand corner, if you subscribe, that will change whilst we are live because it's a live subscribe account. Please smash a like on the video. We are going to be back tomorrow with the morning show at 10 o'clock. And then the Europa League draw at midday. We're in it. So I want Granada or Slavia Prague, the one that knocked out Rangers, or Roma. I do not want Villarreal, that team that knocked out Spurs, Arsenal or Ajax. Will he freshen the team for the weekend or not? Probably not. I want us to win that. I want us to win the game at the weekend. So let's hope that we do. Right. Thanks everyone for watching. We've not done man of the match. Goldbridge, you're a twat. You've not done man of the match. So my man of the match is going to be... where are you? Victor Lindelof. I think your man of the match is going to be Paul Pogba because this is how social media works. Man of the match, 74% of the vote, Paul Pogba. And you know what? I think it should be Victor Lindelof. I really do think it should be Victor Lindelof. But Paul Pogba did change the game, and I get it. And I totally get it. But this is where social media meets. Lindelof never had a chance, basically, because Pogba is loved, and Pogba will get it. So Pogba wins it. Smash a like on the video for Pogba. We need him. You know, I think Bruno, Rashford, they're running on empty. We need Pogba back big time. We need Cavani back. We need Martial back. I'd love to have Donny back, but he was never there in the first place. So, yeah, really great. Fan forum is live. Flex, KG and the boys. I'm sure we'll have a bit of all right on there. And we're going to raid with Pog back. Let's raid the live comments of the fan forum with Pog back. I'll see you over there. Thanks to everyone for watching. Arthur TV, Pogba man of the match. Thanks, pal. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Smash a like on the video for the lads and Pogba's man of the match. And I'll see you on the fan forum. I'm going to pop over there now. Let's raid it with Pog back. Speak to you in a bit and see you in the morning for the draw. Bada bing, bada boom.